Hare Krishna, everybody, and welcome to today's Sunday program. We welcome all you new viewers today. So, from Facebook and from YouTube, please do subscribe to our channel. It's Krishna of Vrindavan, and follow us on Facebook and our social media. We'd like to thank all the new subscribers. So please click on the bell icon for you'll be able to receive notifications of the program. If you do like to have your Nrsingadev prayers sung for anybody who is suffering at the moment or who's ill, please do put a comment in the comments box and we can offer those Nrsingadev prayers to those persons later in the program. So welcome today. So this week we had a very special day on Tuesday, 4th of August, with Srila Prabhupada's departure for the USA. So on this day in 1965, Srila Prabhupada left Calcutta aboard the steamship Jaladuta. So just before he turned 70. An age when most devotees are looking to retire. At that age, in Prabhupada's later age, he left Bharat, left Vrindavan to preach the message of Krishna consciousness. And that was on the 4th of August. So here you can see this is the actual original ticket of the Jaladuta that Srila Prabhupada used to board the ship. And as they say, the rest is history. So we really, really thank Srila Prabhupada for taking that journey, that very risky journey to the West, and for the benefit of all of us. And we're now enjoying the rasa of Krishna consciousness. So we will start the program with honoring Srila Prabhupada with Srila Prabhupada Aarti. We shall go over to Damodar Das Prabhu for singing the Srila Prabhupada Aarti. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadama Pandamoy Savadano Mate Yaharo Prasade Bhai Hey Baba Tori Aaya Krishna Prapti Haya Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakha Chitete Koriya Akha Aranaka Shri Homani Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Yotama Goti Ye Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Chaturdana Dilo Ye Janme Janme Prabhu Sai Divya Gyana Vede Prakashita Prema Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya Vinashayate Vidgaya Harachari Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Vajanara Bandhu Lokonata Lokero Jivano Ha Prabhu Karo Daya Diho More Pada Chayo Evaya Shukru Shukti Bhuvano Dui Pade Leilo Shorano Shila Prabhupada Patite Pavano Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj Jaya Guru Maharaj Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Apologies, there was a technical error, something to do with the audio. So thank you for that, Srila Prabhupada Arti. Now we have a couple of young singers, Guruvani and Nimai, her brother. So during the lockdown, they have been, I can see they've been practicing. They've got their harmonium out and their mridanga. So they're upcoming budding Kirtane singers. So they have a bhajan to do with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his pastimes and his dancing. So I believe it's Sundara Bala Sachi Dulala Nachat Shri Hari Kirtan Me. So please enjoy this bhajan by Guruvani and Nimai. Hare Krishna, thank you Guru Bani and thank you Nimai, that was wonderful. A very nice bhajan glorifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes and leelas. So we'd like to thank our online viewers. I can see some comments from Facebook and YouTube. Kamal Hiralal Thakur and Lilo Adedra, Gopal Das and Anil. So thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to all our viewers if you've just joined in. So we'd like to invite His Grace Haridas Prabhu. Welcome to the Sunday program today. One of the senior members of ISKCON Coventry Temple. So Haridas Prabhu here will talk about Janamastami and the recent events, exciting events that been happening with our deities sitting in the Nithai Chand. So this weekend, I believe a special event occurred, once in a lifetime opportunity for the devotees, and also a new event for the deities. So could you tell us a bit about that, please?
Yes, it's really, really exciting times. I can draw parallels with what happened over 5,000 years ago in Mathura. There was a lockdown. And everybody was afraid of somebody called Kans. K for Kans, K for Corona, sorry. And so there was lockdown. But Krishna came and he broke the prison gates and went to Vrindavan to play. So similarly, our Sachin and the Nitha Chand were installed on Janamastami day. So Janamastami is on Wednesday, and the Lord has decided to open the iron gates of the altar, come out and visit the homes of the devotees. So, you know, it's exciting. I'm drawing parallels there. But people forget that these deities were installed over 26 years ago, or it'll be 26 years on Janamastami. And those deities came from Israel straight to Pool Meadow, over I think Gatwick, then Pool Meadow, and then they came to this very house 26 years ago.
Wow.
And then, even then, these deities went to different devotees' homes for a week at a time, so they could look after them before, you know. So I think they were missing the various devotees' homes, so they come. So it was a very, very exciting event. Yes, yes.
So how did you feel when the history sort of repeated itself 25 years later? Was there a difference in emotion, or, you know, how did you feel?
Yes, you know, what the strange thing was, we've been serving these deities for over 25 years now, installed, dressing them and everything. But when they first came, we hadn't done any service at all. But I'll tell you, the excitement, because not knowing, because these deities were made for Israel, for Russia actually, and then they ended up in Israel, and they were in a trunk for the 5 years. And I happened to be in Mayapur, and I went to Yogpit there, and I really prayed to Sachima saying, please give birth again. And this time, the Lordship's Sachinandan's, you know, birth in our hearts. So our bhakti, you know, progresses. So I said that prayer, tears in my eyes, thinking, I've really asked for the Lord to come to Coventry. And then 1 hour later, when I went back to ISKCON building, and then I met, Ishwar Krishna, devotee from, and Govinda Bhatta from Birmingham, and Ishwar Krishna from Israel. And they said, where are you coming from? And I said, I'm coming from Yogpit. And I mentioned this. So Ishwar Krishna got interested, said, how big deities do you want? So when I said it, and he described the rest of it, I goes, yeah, why? You got some deities. He goes, I prayed before coming to Mayapur saying, can I meet a devotee, you know, who can have you and install you? And to me, you know, Jerusalem is the Holy Land. And from there, you know, when I returned to UK just 3 days later, and the deities follow the next day immediately, so I don't change my mind or anything. So came to Pool Meadow, Premanji went with me, and the devotee came out. He said, you're Haridas. I said, how could you tell? Because I'd gone back to Rolls-Royce with the suit and all that. Because I can see the smile on your face, you know. Oh, it was such an event. And although we hadn't said the deities, but I was so excited to see, you know, how beautiful are the deities going to be. And so I opened the trunk, and I remember my body was shaking, and I saw their eyes blindfolded and their arms out like that saying, we are home. So that, you know, I remember that when they actually came again. And the only difference was they had to stay out on the roadside because they had to go other places as well. We couldn't bring them in there. But the feeling was amazing. And I must say, you know, I felt so happy that our Lordship, you know, broke the lockdown situation and has given not only his mercy but his darshan as well to different devotees.
So is this because the temple, like it's always open on Janamastami? Is this a one-off event because of the temple being closed on Janamastami? So.
Yeah. We've had inquiries, so devotee was saying, what are we going to do? And these are people who don't come often, and they would like to celebrate the Janamastami. So I had to sadly say, well, we can't keep the social distancing rule.
Right.
Our temple is not that huge. Even big temples, they can't have the same amount of people. So then we thought, how about taking the deities? And Birmingham brought the deities, Jagannath deities, because they couldn't do the Rath Yatra. So they did that. So I would say it was inspiration from there on. And I must thank all the devotees for inviting our Lordship. And I hope you also felt the same vibrations as we did. It was fantastic. Yes.
So talking about Janamastami, it will be a live broadcast event?
Yes, it's going to be. We actually have, like, those children were singing so nicely. They're doing one, Krishna song in English, and I think they're putting fancy dress on, and then also there's a little girl, Tatiksha, who's going to sing "I Love Krishna," and so then also there's a drama. Adults are getting involved in that. So that's 3 of those, and then there's the kirtans by different devotees, so they will love to sing on Janamastami day. There's the midnight aarti, and we mustn't forget the abhishek in the morning.
Yeah.
And all the devotees invited the Lordship. Their names will be announced while the abhishek is going on. So the Lordship, it registers, and the Lordship knows who invited them, and there'll be further blessings on that day. That'll be in the morning. The abhishek will be in the morning. Yes.
And in the evening, when there's a Janamastami offering at the temple, then the devotees can also cook their bhoga at home.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Pranava Prabhu is busy at the temple. Arranging the altar decoration is absolutely fantastic. He's so dedicated. His whole family, they've been doing for like last weekend and this weekend as well. And so the altar is going to look beautiful. And what we're doing is, we thought devotees can't go and cook there, so they can cook their preparations, and then at a particular time we'll let the devotees know. We'll actually give darshan of the Lordships, so then you can put your bhoga in front of the computer or phone, and then do the offering and leave the room. And after 20 minutes, you can come in there. So the Lordship has come to your homes, and then through the, like you're able to see us. Lordship will be able to see you as well, and then he'll bless the bhoga and he'll turn into prasad. But remember, it's a fast till midnight, so don't get tempted.
Wow, sounds like a very amazing festival, and some wonderful events that have been happening with the deities and devotees. And I think we're already feeling the excitement during Janamastami coming, even though we're away from the temple, but we still feel like the festival is there and the mood is there.
This is all over the world. I've seen other temples also doing this. They're broadcasting and having singers, and some of them are having popular singers, phoning in, video call and doing the bhajan. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to invite them.
Yeah.
It would have cost a lot of money. So they're saving a lot of expense like that. And I would just like to thank all those who give donations for the Janamastami festival. And as we discussed with Vidhu Prabhu last Sunday, that, only festivals bring in income for us. And this outgoing is happening all the time. It'll continue to happen. So there's Radhashtami, Gita Jayanti coming later on. But Janamastami is a big one like that. And we really, really like to thank all those who donated. And please continue to donate, and even other times. And we need to pay the bills and gas, electricity, and all that kind of thing. Everybody knows. And with the lockdown, we're not getting the income regularly like we did before. The donation box is untouched. So you can get details from you. You got it all. And also gift aid. So then the government also contributes. So I would really urge everyone, please make your Janamastami auspicious, progressive, and realize that Krishna is real. It's not an imagination. And when you do bhakti, when you give to Krishna, to his temples, the running of his temple, you definitely get blessings from the Lordship, and your life becomes beautiful. Jai.
Yes, thank you for joining us today, Haridas Prabhu. So you mentioned about the deities visiting homes. So we have a wonderful video that Sudarshan Prabhu has made. putting together the clips so you can actually see for yourself, how the devotees receive the deities and the deities' journey. So we can go over to the clip and watch that now. Thank you.
Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Time for celebration, time for joy, time for a festival. The Lord is coming home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Time for celebration.
Okay, so we're taking Sachin Nithai-chan to all the devotees' houses that have donated above £108 for the Janamastami festival. So the special treat, we're taking Sachin Nithai-chan right to their houses. So this has never happened in the 25 years that the lordships have actually been here. So it's a monumentous occasion, and it feels like very much like a festival, and it feels like a theatre. So we're really excited to do it. So Jai Sachin Nithai-chan, the key.
So something special is happening today. Can you explain what's happening and how do you feel?
Well, Hare Krishna, we are really excited because Sachin and Nithai-chan, 26 years ago, they came to this household, first straight from Pool Meadow, and now after 26 years, they're coming again, just to bless the house again. And obviously at that time, Varahamurti used to be in, Nandarai was there, so the three houses were blessed like that. So we're waiting for this to happen again.
Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Time for celebration, time for joy, time for a festival. The Lord is coming home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Time for celebration, time for joy, time for a festival. The Lord is coming home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Time for celebration, time for joy, time for a festival. The Lord is coming home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Time for celebration, time for joy, time for a festival. The Lord is coming home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is coming to your home. Sajinam is coming to your home. Nityanand is
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Satyananda Nitaya Chanda Ki Jai. What an amazing, amazing event. The devotees must have been so overjoyed having the Lord coming to their homes. We'd like to thank all the Bajari department, all the devotees who were involved in making this happen, the drivers. They've been out on the road for like 8-9 hours, Saturday and Sunday, offering this service. So a very, very big Hare Krishna to all the devotees who were involved in this amazing event. So we'd like to now put you through to these photos. So here are some of the photos of the deities when they first arrived to Coventry, and here's His Grace Haridas Prabhu receiving the deities. So it looks like he's just come back from taking some time out of the office and during his lunch hour probably, and receiving the deities. They still have their eyes closed, and there's Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj in the background. So this is when they literally just first arrived to Coventry, and what a beautiful, beautiful version. So it looks like over the years, the deities have put on a little bit of weight, so which is lovely, being fed so many nice dishes, and most of all being fed all the love from the devotees. So thank you very much for sharing that picture. So we'd like to go over now to Aki Mataji and family for singing Jai Radha Madhav. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन जशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन जमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. And whenever people from Bengal, they sing either Namaste Narasingha or Jarada Madhav, it sounds so authentic. It's fantastic, you know. And we go to Mayapur and it's wonderful. The devotees, once I went to the bathroom and there was some devotee singing so beautifully. And I goes, oh, you know, it's amazing devotee. I waited for him to come out. He was actually cleaning the toilets. So I told him, you sing beautifully. He goes, oh, no. He was so humble, but they just sing so beautifully. So that was wonderful. Thank you very much. So today we're going to talk about Krishna. Janamastami is coming, and Bhagavad Gita is full of shlokas. It's very difficult to select, you know, which one should I speak about before Janamastami. So I found one, and there's Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, there's Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita. So 10th chapter, 8th verse, we will talk about that today, and we'll discuss a little bit more about it. So we'll start with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So if you have the Bhagavad Gita, so please, you know, it's chapter 10, 8th verse. So if you can, or on your phones, you can get the verse out. It's a very important verse. And there's 3 others with it, but we'll speak about this one first. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mataha sarvam parvartate iti matva bhajante mam buddhabhava samanvitaha. So translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So it's a wonderful verse. Krishna in 7th chapter has said, Matha paratram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya, that there is no truth higher than me. That's a big claim. And now in the 10th chapter, he's saying, I'm the source of all the spiritual and material worlds. So Krishna here is presenting the 2 worlds, the spiritual and the material, and he is the source. Krishna Parama, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchit Anand Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karna Karna. So, you know, Krishna is again and again endorsing that he is the supreme. And Srila Prabhupada here has got a wonderful purport here. It's fairly long. So let me see how much I can cover the purport, and then I'll add some other information, cultural information, historical information, so that we take the Janamastami seriously. It isn't just another festival. It is, you know, Appearance Day celebration of somebody who is the highest. Whatever opinion you have is your opinion, but here's the scripture's opinion and Krishna's opinion. He's saying, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise, he used the word wise. So there must be foolish people as well who will not accept that. Here he goes, the wise who perfectly know this, engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart. So Srila Prabhupada actually made us wise through his purpose. We were foolish otherwise. We were busy enjoying the material world. But Srila Prabhupada made us wise and we took to Krishna consciousness. So let's read the purport. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply these teachings, can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. I mean, if you Google now why Krishna is worshipped, they take you on to some sources. And one of them said, oh, Krishna's pastimes are ridiculous. I thought, why? Why ridiculous? And they explain, 1 minute he's lifting a mountain, next minute he's stealing butter, or first he's stealing butter, then lifting the mountain, then he's dancing on top of Kalya Nag. And they found that unbelievable. So rather than appreciate it like Prabhupada is doing, they use the word ridiculous while appreciating it. So it shows you how foolish they are. You know, people know the pastimes of Krishna, but will not accept it. And yet the same people will watch, fictions like Superman, Batman, all this, and pay a lot of money to watch it. And they will say, that was fantastic. But when here is someone like the Supreme Lord, he comes, does fantastic things, and they have difficulty in accepting it. So I find that really foolish, as Prabhupada said, if fools don't accept it. All Vedic literature agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all other demigods. In the Atharva Veda, Gopal Tapani Upanishad 124, it is said, Yo Brahmanam Vidadati Purvam Yo Vai Vedamscha Gapayati Sma Krishna. It was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again, the Narayan Upanishad says, Atha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayata Prajaha Shreyajati. Then the Supreme Personality, Narayan, desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues, Narayanad Brahma Jayate, Narayanad Prajapati Prajayate, Narayanad Indro Jayate, Narayanad Ashtho Vasvo Jayante, Narayanad Ekadash Rudra Jayante, Narayanad Dvadashaditya. From Narayan, Brahma is born, and from Narayan, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayan, Indra is born. From Narayan, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayan, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayan, the 12 Adityas are born. This Narayan is an expansion of Krishna. It is said in the same Vedas, Brahmnyo Devki Putraha. The son of Devki, Krishna, is the Supreme Personality. Narayan Upanishad 4. Then it is said, Eko vai Narayan Asin na Brahma na Ishano napo Nagni samao nebe dhyav apritivi na nakshatrani na surya. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, and no sun. And this is in Maha Upanishad number 1. In the Maha Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Lord Shiva, who is to be worshipped. In the Moksha Dharma, Krishna also says, Prajapatim cha rudram cha api aham eva sarjami vai to hi mam na vijanito mam maya vimohito. The patriarchs, Lord Shiva, and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusory energy. In the Varaha Puran, it is also said, Narayana paro devas tasmad jatas chaturmukha tasmad rudro bavad devaha sacha sarva gyatam gataha. Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, and from whom Lord Shiva was born. Lord Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says, because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me. No one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way, from a bona fide spiritual master, with references from Vedic literature, engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes a truly learned man. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. He's saying, in comparison to him, the wise person, those who do not know Krishna properly, it's not just knowing about Krishna, I've heard of him, properly, are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna conscious person should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretations on Bhagavad Gita and proceed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitansha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that's a wonderful verse. And the verse next to it is also amazing. Matchita madgat prana bodhayantaha parasparam katyantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. He says, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me, their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So that is the next verse. So first verse says the wise do devotional service to them. Then he said the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. And that's why we have these classes. That's why we have this book club, discussions on Krishna consciousness. And I was sitting earlier on and thinking that, people can make comments about Krishna. Krishna came over 5,000 years ago. And so many devotees have written about him, starting with Vyasadeva, who actually met Krishna. Bhagavatam is, Sahitya. It's a literature. You can call the Upanishad scriptures, but Bhagavatam is literature. It's got emotional expression. And it's got, details of Krishna's flute playing, Krishna's dancing on Kaliyaji. That's Vyasadeva who actually met Krishna. So it started then. And then there's so many other poets. Jayadev, so famous, wrote about Radha Krishna. Kalidas, Chandidas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inspired Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj. All these devotees since 5,000 years ago, they've been writing and describing Krishna and emotionally putting emotion on piece of paper. I mean, can you just imagine Rupa Goswami, he is meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused anybody who said, you're the Supreme Lord. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his expansions, and he showed his Krishna and Radharani, and he showed so many other forms of himself. But he will not let the public know that he is Krishna come in the mood of Radharani. And Rupa Goswami would listen to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's during Rath Yatra and other times saying things, and he would actually write a verse, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would read it, and he would say, how do you know this? Because they knew their rahasya. Because Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. In the spiritual world, Rupa Goswami is serving, on side of Radharani, they're serving Krishna. So they know the emotion. They know the, the mood of Radharani, mood of Krishna, the situations that sometimes when Krishna is late in arriving to meet Radharani, all the manjaris, they are disturbed as well. And when Krishna arrives, he has one look at the manjaris and he knows what Radharani is thinking. All this literature has been written down. And before that, Jayadev, he didn't meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved Jayadev's writing, and so does Jagannath ji. I mean, look at Krishna is being worshipped as Lord Jagannath. And we go there regularly, take darshan of Sri Jagannath ji, and we hear all these wonderful devotees who have memorized the glorification of lordships, the 10 avatars, and they sing with tears in their eyes. And you stand next to them and you look at them, they look very simple, but they're so noble in their heart. You can almost feel they're seeing Jagannath ji as Shyam Sundar, and some of them see Lord Jagannath as Lord Ram. The whole temple complex is amazing. This has been going for hundreds and thousands of years. The devotees have come and got so much inspiration from Jagannath ji. And then, you have Vittal ji. Maharashtra, if you go there, Pandharpur, there's Vittal ji's glorification. Tukaram, how he glorified, the Lordship. He would sit in front of the deities, glorifying all day. And the wife would get annoyed with him saying, don't you have other things to do? So you can see that Krishna cannot be understood just by picking up a book. You have to see that he has inspired thousands and millions of people over the years. Not just Bhagavad Gita, his Tribhanga Swarup, his flute, his long hair, his crocodile, shark-shaped earrings. And Vyasadeva put it down. Rupa Goswami put it down in the books, so generations can read afterwards. Once one sadhu said, you can also write songs about Krishna, but if you don't have the same bhav and the same rasa, you won't be able to write accurately. You can write superficially. It's best that you actually do the bhajans, which these pure devotees have done. And that's why Srila Prabhupada, gave us bhajans, of other saints who have come and inspired so many. And we struggle to actually repeat those words. But once you can sing them nicely, even you start to feel a little bit of that love for Krishna, just a drop. We're so grateful to all these saints. So you can see here in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna already said 5,000 years ago, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. So somebody like Jayadev, Kalidas, and others, they would also deal with the world like we do. But we put priority to the material world, our jobs, our family members, our needs for food and comfort and entertainment and everything. That is on our minds all the time. Especially with this lockdown, we're looking for escape or, trying to forget these restraints and constraints. And the streets are empty. And we think, what should I do? So any entertainment enliven us. But the pure devotees in Bharat are actually happy that the material activities have slowed down. They are relishing it. And they feel so inspired. Now there's not much distraction. Otherwise, so much distraction. Vrindavan streets are empty, but I'm sure the sadhus are happy. There isn't honking of the horns and the car traffic and all that. And the animals will be loving it. The parrots, the peacocks who had all gone away from Vrindavan, where all the mandirs are. But now they'll be coming in again. And these cars and modern style has actually, disrupted the natural setting of Vrindavan. And Krishna, if you think it's fictitious character, then how come Vrindavan is there? Because Vrindavan has been mentioned in Krishna's pastime. Radha Kund is there. Sham Kund is there. Dwarka is there. The sunken city has been found. And those places were there. And the devotees of that period have gone. Like Krishna left. They left as well. And others would come and they would relive these pastimes because they've been painted. I mean, look at the paintings. Srila Prabhupada attracted so many artists, with paintings, and they would paint in the beginning, the Western style, because they were mainly Western devotees painting, because Prabhupada taught them. In the beginning, if you see the paintings of Bhagavad Gita as it is, they're very, very simple paintings. And then they became really sophisticated. And I remember reading it, one of the artists, he painted Krishna because he's strong. He painted his muscles, on the arms and forearms. Prabhupada said, no, he's not bodybuilder. I forget the exact word, but he goes, no, Krishna is strong even without you seeing any muscles on him. Krishna, lifted the Govardhan for 7 days, 7 nights as a child. Left hand, little finger. He didn't do any gym work or anything like that. He can do it. So Krishna is shown as ordinary, but he's extraordinary. So if you look at go on the internet and so many pictures, paintings of Krishna. Yeah, there's picture here, Krishna just opened the mouth and Yashodama saw the whole universe. He spoke the Bhagavad Gita later on, but Mother Yashoda witnessed all the lokas in his mouth. And she fainted. He didn't say it, he showed it. Prabhupada even said, if anybody claims he's God, tell him, show me your Virat form. Because in Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter, Krishna revealed his, Vishvarup, Virat form. And Arjun was shaking like a leaf. He saw, this is my Krishna, it's so beautiful. This is his expansion. And those paintings are there. Srila Prabhupada got the artist to paint them. And when we read these books for the first time, it's hard to, imagine if this is reality. But when you read the words alongside, these pictures are only like 10% of what is being said there. Because the artist is limited to what he can do. But even then, they are fantastic. But you get the idea of what Arjun was seeing, the universal form. So Krishna can't be fiction. Because he spoke the Bhagavad Gita. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. What more proof do you want? The Lord is speaking. There are other religions in the world as well, mainstream. But I don't think there's anywhere where the Lord has spoken for so long and revealed so much. And these statements of Krishna, they are the absolute truth. He has actually, is scientific. It's not his opinion that later on he was proven wrong. In fact, as we're becoming expert in, reading more and more, we realize, oh my God, I thought I knew quite a lot. But then you realize Krishna has said, this is just a spark of my splendor. It's mind-boggling. And it's going to be his appearance day on Wednesday. And we're going to just take it lightly that day. We're just wondering will I be able to fast? And what am I going to eat at midnight? Is a Kadashita fast completion or, Nandotsav is next day, so you can eat all the preparation. So, taking the lordships to people's home is Krishna's idea. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to actually go in the evenings, to Shiva Sangan and do dancing and kirtan. And when he took sannyas, he went village to village on his own. He didn't want a whole lot of people with him because he wanted newer and newer people to meet him. And he would tell them about Krishna consciousness. And so our Sachinandan and Nitachan did the same. They came to our homes. And we should all, I saw different people singing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is for real. This Mahamantra is for real. Iti Shodsha Namna, Kali Kamsha Nashna. These 16 words will destroy the contamination of Kali Yuga. There's so much contamination. You know it now. I was looking at the picture. You saw me how, the deities look the same, but I've changed. My hairstyle has changed a bit. And I saw the deities, the eyes were covered. I said they should have had the mask on the nose, but they got it on the eyes. I just laughed because they were devotees greeting the Lordship with masks on. Contamination. Everybody's scared of this virus. But you think it's going to finish after we get a cure? There could be another one in 10 years' time, or I don't know when they're going to cure this one. But it doesn't matter. You keep chanting the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in Bharat, when he appeared, there was Muslim reign, Muslim kingdoms, Muslim restrictions. They beat Haridas Thakur. All this. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji could have changed it. But he knows that this is the material world, there's suffering. And when you're actually suffering like that, you realize you think, where is the solution to this suffering? Like this virus we're looking for, I'm sure the doctors are busy or researchers are busy. How to fight this? We're looking for a solution. So, Dukhalyam Shashvatam in 8th chapter Bhagavad Gita, I say this world is full of misery and temporary. But we forget, because we become comfortable. Our homes are well kitted out with gadgets and everything. And we're using the gadget in Krishna's service. Nothing wrong with that. But if you think that's the goal of life, that once you have gadgets and comfort, you're okay. No, suddenly somebody could fall ill, seriously ill. Shraddha Devi just went out for a walk and she fell. She had the collarbone and the wrist broken. It makes you sit up thinking, that's devotee. Premanjari, she was ill. The both of them were stitched clothes for Lord Jagannath. What happened? There's explanation. What happened? This prarabdha then been shrunk. Could have been a bigger disaster. But Krishna shrinks it. But doesn't it make you think that Krishna has designed the material world? You can't blame him. But he said, this is how the material world is. But in the spiritual world, Vaikunta, without any anxiety, there isn't any accidents. When you fall there, you fall in love with Krishna. That's what the fall is over there. You fall here, you break your bones. And it's going to happen. It's going to come. So why do we do the chanting? Why do we surrender to the Lord? What protection does Krishna give? This body is temporary. It's a vehicle. Yantra Arudani Maya. It's given by Krishna. It's a vehicle. Like the Lordship was being taken in that car. That was the vehicle. It would have been difficult otherwise. Vibhu Prabhu was carrying it from the temple to the car. Can you imagine going like this everywhere? In olden days, they would, carry on the shoulders, and some devotees still do that. And so you need the vehicle. But Krishna is protecting you, who is a soul, making you Krishna conscious. And then your activities are not just to do with the body or the mind, it's to do with the soul. And that's why we must read. We forget to read. We think we know the Bhagavad Gita. I make the same mistakes. Yeah, I know the shlokas. I've memorized. But you have to understand them and enjoy them. It's got to be fun. It's a serious business, but it's fun because now you're moving towards spirituality. So Krishna has said there that the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. So Janamastami is coming, so our thoughts were like that. What can we do? What can we do? So the deities came out. The deities inspired us. And we feel so good, thinking, we're glad we've done that. We've written songs, we're doing drama without going face to face. Different people are doing their parts and sending the video. We're putting it together. It won't be as good as live, but our thoughts are there. Let's do Janamastami because it's for Lord Krishna, who is the supreme. He is all in all, the ultimate authority. And they derive great satisfaction. The number, when Guru Sevak and Young Alok, and I'm sure Pranava and Sudarshan and Vidhu Prabhu, when they came back, I said, how do you feel? He said, feel great. Normally it would have been, I'm tired. 8-9 hours yesterday, 8-9 hours today, and they come up feeling great because it's service to the Lordship. It is not just the mercy coming to you. The Lordship came and gave darshan. And what's frustrating is, for me, I'm just sharing something. When I saw the deities, of course, as a pujari, when I do the pujari service, it's been a long time, 6 months now. And you're able to dress them up, touch them and everything. But now it was a little frustrating because you couldn't express your love. It was just through incense stick and aarti tray and little bhoga offering. And you feel you didn't give all your love to the Lordship. And when they went, you're thinking, there was my chance to say, I love you, or say the things you want to, but you weren't able to do it. So there's frustration, which means there's room for improvement. Like our thirst, isn't there yet. Because there's some devotees, when they take the darshan of the Lordship, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, took darshan of Jagannath first time, he just fainted straight away. He went, couldn't even say Jagannath. He fell. And that shows how much we are lacking this thirst, saying, I want the Lord, I want His love, So anyway, we're all progressing slowly. So I'll read the next verse, which is text 10. 10:10. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam. Tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upyanti te. He goes, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So you can imagine that those who are constantly painting Krishna's pastimes, Krishna is giving them more and more understanding. And then he becomes the subject, the object. You start to dream about Krishna. And Krishna's pastimes and literature, they are not there to inspire, but they are also a process that when you do more and more of that, you're getting closer to Krishna. You're getting his blessings. Bhajans, Radha Krishna Pranamura Jugal Kishore. Can you imagine the pure devotee who wrote this? Radha Krishna Pranamura. I write songs and all that, and you struggle a little bit in the beginning what to write. But then you depend on your bhav, your mood for the subject matter which you are going to write about. And suddenly there's a flow of thoughts, and you start to, and the other bit is you got to rhyme it and put it together like that. There's a little structure there. But originally, this emotion has to be there. Sometimes when you're sad, you write a sad song. Sometimes you're happy, you write a happy song. So can you imagine that those artists like Jayadev, he would always be writing about Radha Krishna's pastime. And one sadhu was telling me that it's not, when you become a pure devotee, whatever Leela you think of Radha Krishna doing it, Radha Krishna will actually do it. That was fascinating when they shared that with me. I mean, you shouldn't imagine too much like that, but Prabhupada even said, keep chanting, and then you will start to have darshan of Radha Krishna. And you can do meditation, and that gives you satisfaction, but you can't speculate too much. But there are some days when something happens in your heart, the arrangement of Radha Krishna's Leela, something like that. And later on, then you read it, and it's there. And you wonder, oh my God, how did that happen? Because Krishna says there, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love. That word. Not with knowledge, not with karma, with love. And, people struggle to understand the word love. I was just thinking the other day, when you thank someone, say, thank you for doing this, and they say, well, that was my duty. If it was duty, so there was no love there. If you're duty bound, then you just did a service. But love is beyond the duty. You'll do it and not even think about it. That was my duty, because you love that person. So initially, when we are doing our devotion, we are dutiful to the beautiful Krishna. So we do our sadhana, we get up early, we do all those things, and because it's our duty. And there's other people checking on you, or wondering where you are if you don't come for Mangal Aartis or miss a program. And the love bit hasn't come, because that stage is pretty high. But at least you have faith that it's going to lead you to the love. But whether you have fallen in love with Krishna or not, taking darshan of the deities will start to inspire you, saying, I love the face, I love the dressing, and then you hear the pastimes. And some of the pastimes, some people like to see the heroic side of Krishna, maybe the fighting scenes. Some like the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. Some like the dancing of Kalia on Kalia. How amazing! There were emeralds and jewels on the hoods of Kalia Nag, and there was lights shining. So it's like a disco. Discos came later, but Krishna already did the dancing in such an incredible arrangement. So you can imagine different leelas, different wisdom which is coming from Krishna, It's all inspiring. But in the end, all that will go away. You realize you love Krishna. You can't do without him. And next time when you're actually cooking, it's not cooking for the deities, it's cooking for Krishna. It'll be in your heart. I remember when I was in Vrindavan, there was somebody, knew Guru Maharaj, we were with Guru Maharaj. So she was saying, oh, my Thakur, I cooked for him yesterday, bindi, and I told Sham to get me something from the mandi. And I told him, I've already cooked bindi, so can you bring, aubergines or karelas or something like that? And I really got interested. I thought she's really so much concerned about the deity. So when I went to her house, I said, can I take darshan of your deity? She said, yeah, sure. She showed me. It was a picture of baby Krishna, just one. It wasn't even framed. He said, that's my Thakur. I was just thinking, oh my God, that's just a simple picture. But the way she discussed the menu, that he already had that yesterday, and she actually told this person, don't get this, do this. And she was really concerned. And that's stuck in my mind, how we have so many pictures around our house and all that. And we go past them 10 times daily. We don't even notice it's there, And we have Bhagavad Gita's, and I remember Guru Maharaj would say, put it in the glove compartment. Guru Maharaj would say, where is your Bhagavad Gita? His Maharaj is in the boot. Maharaj would say, in the boot? How would you like to travel in the boot? Because we didn't put value to it. I remember a story, Birla and the Tata company. So Birla, and they are billionaires from Bharat. So I'm sure you've heard this before. And they were going to sign a contract. So Birla says, oh, can you give me your pen? Because I keep losing mine. He gave his pen. He goes, well, buy an expensive one. He said, but I'll lose it. He goes, no, you won't. So he signed, and so many years later, they met again, and they were going to sign another contract. So Tata goes, do you want my pen? He goes, no, you were right. Ever since I bought this expensive pen, I haven't lost it because I take care of it. So if you start to think of Krishna as cheap, you'll forget him. If you start to take Bhagavad Gita as cheap, you'll forget about him. You see the paintings in your house. Okay, I've got it. You'll forget about it. We've got to feel what's happening on Wednesday. It's Janamastami. Krishna has said he's the source of material and spiritual worlds. Can we believe in that? And on that day, realize this is the mother of all celebrations. And those who are singing songs that day, bhajans that day, fasting, the devotees who are cooking, just realize it's for that supreme. There's your Janamastmi there. Devki Nandan, Yashoda Nandan, Nanda Nandan, Vasudev Nandan. He's so amazing that he's unborn and he decides, okay, I'm going to be born to these devotees. Like the lordships came to different houses, didn't go to all the houses. Some of the houses, those are devoted. So Krishna decided to be a baby for so many parents, although he's unborn. So this Janamastami, should inspire us that this is the appearance day of somebody. If I'm not loving him, I must love him more. The focus should be totally on that, rather than would I be able to keep the fast? I wonder, at 12 o'clock, or should I eat at 12 or 12:30? Would it be a kachi? All these things, you're still thinking about this vehicle. We all do that. We all do that. And what I'm going to miss is the dole playing. Oh my God. Just before 12 o'clock, we used to gather whatever energy was left and really shout, Vasudev Nandan, Devaki Nandake Anandavayo Jakanaya Lalki, all this. And it was real. We can talk philosophy all day, but knowing that there'll be darshan of baby Krishna behind the curtains, we used to really push ourselves. And I remember we used to be tired and we used to look at the conch blower saying, come on, it's midnight, blow it, let's take darshan, because we were running out of energy. But we would keep on going. And then the midnight aarti would happen. And this midnight aarti, where you are, midnight aarti, afterwards, devotees would carry on for another 1.5 hours. In fact, after 12 o'clock, it would be another like Nandotsav. You know, why? Because we love Krishna. We love Sachinanda and Nitachan, who are going to be 26 years. Look, we're going mad there, you know. It's so amazing. Where does this energy come? We are fasted all day because Krishna is giving the energy. If he's Lord of the universe, he's Lord of your heart. He's Lord of the energy which he's giving you. We can't forget that. He's a source of all sources. So amazing, you know. Well, it's been nice talking about Janamastami festival. I also need inspiration because, you know, I'm going to be 70 this year. So all this mask putting on. I mean, I can't just go out. I can go for a stroll sometimes, but can't go to the temple. And because people of my age, once they catch it, it's quite lethal. But it's very frustrating. But I must say, you know, I've been busy writing dramas and songs. And the other day I wrote about 3 songs, recorded them and everything. And Sachinandan is coming. I just wrote it at 11:30 at night. By midnight, I'd done the video and, you know, send it around. That's also service. That is also love. Otherwise, it'll be mechanical that I didn't do something physically. So I would say to all of you in this lockdown situation, break those prison walls. And especially on Janamastami Day, because there's a double whammy. One is Sachinanda Nitachand's anniversary as well, and it's Janamastami. And for Coventry devotees, it's been a real treat having these deities come to our house. It's hard to express the viyog. We're missing them. Then the yog. But the yog was there, like you're meeting him, and then, you know, it's only for a few moments, and then they'll go away again. But it's enlivened us. And this is what Bhagavad Gita is all about. It's all about loving Krishna. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru. Mam aveshisi sattante pratijane priyo sime. Krishna says, those who think of me, they become my devotees, surrender, and they do worship. They're very dear to me. Priya. He loves us. Mamevansho jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. Mamevansh. They are part of me. We are part of Krishna. And we should feel that. And don't let this Janamastami be another Janamastami. Oh, we weren't able to go to the temple. Who says so? We will communicate to you on that day. We got different Maharajas coming with the messages. We already got a few messages. It's so nice. They are inspiring, urging the community devotees to that day, become excited, get connected, you know, with the festival. And those who want to cook, please cook, male, female, or whoever, even children. And you can prepare it, offer to the camera. Whether you initiate or not, you can cook that day and offer it to the phone, and the darshan will happen. And that would be prasad, which you can eat. So I think it's nearly time now for Aarti. And we are decorating in the temple. So the normal altar will not be shown. That's going to be a secret. You'll see that altar on Wednesday. But I think they made an arrangement on the side of the temple to do the Aarti. So thank you very much for listening, and hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Just remember, sing for Krishna, dance for Krishna, meditate on Krishna, talk about Krishna, visit Vrindavan, think of Radharani, think of Varsana. And I did say, please don't forget, some of you can donate to Nandagaon and Varsana as well. Those pujaris, pandas, you know, people are not visiting so much. And few people have given donation for Varsana and Nandagaon, and we'll be forwarding it to them so they can actually do the Abhishek and the ceremony on Janamastami Day. Thank you very much. Jai Ho. So now we go over to the temple and for the Aarti. Jai. And I think Raghupati ji is actually singing Gora Aarti. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
We'll do ours as well then.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Are we on? Hare Krishna. Jai Sachinandan Nitai Chand ki Jai. So please, I'll show you the altar before we start Sandhyarti. Okay, let's move on. So we have 3 altars.
Prabhupada.
Okay, Prabhupada and Gaunitai here in this altar, the first one.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to like.
Okay, so here is Prabhupada and Gaunitai. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Nrsimhadev, and here Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. Jai. Kiva Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Arati Kushobha.
Jaya Jaya Guru Bharati Keshu.
Janavi Tattvani Jagimanaro
Janavi Tattvani
Jagimanaro Kyolakshmi Nitai Swami Gadadhara Dakshini
Swami Gadadhara
Nikatiya Dvaita Shri Asichatudhara
Nikatiya Dvaita
Asichatudhara Kyoshri Achi Gaurachanda Sati Singhasan Kivamasi Achi Gaurachanda Sati Singhasan Arati Kori Adi Devagani Arati Kori Adi Devagani Kivanarahari Adi Kori Shamari Duraya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ushvadikaya Ushvadikaya Yushankavadi Unchavadi Vadikarata
Shankavadi Gantavadi
Vadikarata Madhura Mrangavadi Shankhavadi Gantavadi Madhura Madhuravadi
Shankavadi Gantavadi Madhuravadi
शंख में घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे साई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल कोटि चंद्र जुनी बदनु बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी बदनु गणदेशे भानुमाला गुरी झलमोला गणदेशे भानुमाला शिव शुक्र नारद गद शिव शुक्र Pura Sampada Bhakti Vinoda Pura Sampada Vinoda Pura Chandi Yarati Kusho Kivayo Pura Chandi Yarati Kusho Janodi Tattavani Jagi Mango Janodi Tattavani Nurangira Ratikshobha Jagi Janumana Nurangira Ratikshobha Jagi Janumana Nurangira Ratikshobha Jagi Janumana Rati Shobha Jagi Janumana Gurangira Rati Shobha Jagi Janumana Gurangira Rati Shobha Jagi Janumana Sai Gur Hari Go 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 Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Hare Mati Bhakti Vedanta Amiti Nahare Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Kachari Nirvishesha Shundari Shatrishatari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasani Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati
Gaur Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Sai Gaur Hari Gaur Hari 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 Bol Hari Bol Sai Gaur Hari Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Shri Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Radha Raman Giridhari Giridhari Sham Vanangari
Radha Ramana Giridhari Giridhari Shari
Radha Raman
Giridhari Giridhari Shamavanari
Jai Jagannath
Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra
Jai Jagannath
Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra
Jai Radha Sham Sundar Radha Sham Sundar
Jai Radha Sham Sundar Radha Sham Sundar Radhe
Jai Radha Sham Sundar Radha Sham Sundar Jai Gaur Nitai
Jai Gauranita Gauranita Jaya Gauranita
Jai Gaur Nitai Nitai Jaya Gaur Nitai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada
Jai Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva
Ayi Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Ayi Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Sri Sri Sachinandan Thai Chand ki
Jai
Jagannnath Baladev Subhadramai ki Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Ji ki Shri Prabhupada ki Nitai Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you very much for singing a beautiful arti. And it was really, really nice seeing your wonderful altar. It was decorated so nicely. You have wonderful deities. So please do join us again next time. Thank you both, Prabhuji and Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adri. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So also thank you, His Great Haridas Prabhu, for giving a wonderful, enlivening class, really getting us excited for Janamastami festival upcoming on Wednesday. Thank you to Aki Mataji for singing Jai Radha Madhav and the family. So we have a few shout outs from YouTube comments and Facebook comments. Thank you to Prognesh Lakani, Ian Alexander Ridley, hello neighbours from across the road. So thank you for tuning in wherever you are. Sanjeev Kumar Chauhan, thank you, Hare Krishna. Also comments from Raj Kumar and Sai Karale, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all our new viewers and new subscribers for tuning into today's Sunday program. So now we'll go on to the Lord Nrsimhadev protection prayers. So we have a message from the Mother Das. One of his friends, Hemant Bhai Chabra in Leicester, he's left his body last week due to cardiac heart arrest. He was only 58 years old, so we'll offer Nrsimhadev prayers for Hemant Bhai Chabra. Also, ongoing prayers for Brahmandri Devi Dasi for her full health and full recovery, and also Shraddha Devi Dasi in Rugby, fractured her neck and broken her wrist due to a fall. So ongoing prayers for these special devotees and for everyone, for the temple and the whole world. Offer these Lord Nrsimhadev prayers for protection. Hare Krishna. So we're now over to Alpa and family for the Nrsimhadev prayers.
Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Ladadayane. Pralada Ladadayane. Hiranyakasi Purvachaya. Hiranyakasi Purvachaya. Shilakankana Kalaye. Shilakankana Kalaye. Itona Singo Paratona Singo. Itona Singo Paratona Singo. Yato Yato Yabitatona Singo. Yato Yato Yabitatona Singo. Barena Singo Radharena Singo. Barena Singo Radharena Singo. Nasingamadim Saranam Prapade. Nasingamadim Saranam Prapade. Avatara Kamala Bare. Nakamadabhuta Singaya. Dalita Hiranyakasipu. Tanubingaya. Kesavadita Narahari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Avatara Kamala Bare. Nakamadabhuta Singaya. Dalita Hiranyakasipu. Tanubingaya. Kesavadita Narahari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Kesavadita Narahari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Kesavadita Narahari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Jagadisha Hare. Jai Ho Nrsimhadev. 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 Jai Ho Prahlad Maharaj. 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 Jai Ho Prabhupada. Jai Ho Prabhupada. Jai Ho Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Jai Ho 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 Guru Maharaj. 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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Lord Narasimhadev ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Gaur Brahmanand ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much to Alpa, Mataji and family. Thank you for singing the Lord Nrsimhadev protection prayers for the devotees. Thank you for another new comment. That's Lee Smith, who is watching from home. Thank you for joining us via Facebook. So the upcoming Janamastami festival is on Wednesday. So do fast. Just a reminder, it is fasting that day if you can. So here's the poster. We will be broadcasting the festival live from the temple, and also there will be other events such as a children's fancy dress, a children's song, a drama, all recorded virtually. It will be shared online through the online broadcast. Special Maharaj's messages coming in from all over the world. So do please tune in for that. There'll also be evening virtual Bhoga offerings. So if you would like to cook anything for Lord Krishna on Janamastami and you would like it offered to the deities in the temple, we can send you a link where you can log in and you can cook all your preparations throughout the day, and we'll send you a timing when the offering will be going on in the temple at the same time, and you can log into the same link and also have your Bhoga offered to the deities as well. It's a very, very nice setup that's been created for this. Also, there will be midnight darshan, so slightly different to the live festival darshan that we have on Janamastami, but do tune in for a midnight Maha-Aarti. The evening broadcast will be from 9:30 p.m. onwards, so do tune in. We'll send you links for the festival. So obviously all this festival is come at no cost. So as Pranava probably mentioned a few weeks ago, that even though we are in a lockdown, even though the temple isn't open to the public, we haven't compromised on the standard of the deity worship or the decorations for the festival. So the decoration team have been working very, very hard for the last few weeks to create an amazing deity darshans for us on Janamastami, which we can't wait to see on the day. So there's decoration costs, there'll be Mahabhoga offerings, and also the cost of the streaming, putting together this big broadcast for Janamastami festival. So do please send your donations and help support the festival and the program. We would like to send a big thank you to the festival fundraisers and the sponsors who have already sponsored and sent their donations in. So thank you very, very much for that. Just not to forget, please also subscribe to our YouTube channel on Facebook as well. Our YouTube channel is Krishna Vrindavan, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Do log into our website www.krishnavrindavan.com, and also we are still having Chaturmasya pujas being done daily throughout Chaturmasya period, so you can go onto the website and you can also book your pujas if you have a special birthday or an anniversary, or you would like to do it in memory of a departed soul. You can book a morning or an evening Bhoga sponsor, and the pujaris will actually offer the morning or evening Bhoga on behalf of the name, your selected name on the selected day. And other pujas are also available. So I've just had a message that's come in. Anadi Purush Prabhu, who is a Prabhupada disciple, left his body in Vrindavan on Wednesday. So we'd like to offer our prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev to please protect the soul. So thank you very much. And that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we shall see you on Wednesday for the live broadcast. There'll be Abhishek in the morning. Remember, we'll send out a link. You can tune in and watch the Abhishek, and then the evening program at 9:30 p.m. to midnight. So let's really welcome Lord Krishna into our hearts, into our homes on special Janamastami festival during the lockdown. So wishing you all the best. Thank you very much. Same time, same place on Wednesday. Hare Krishna.